Danny and Nia are totally done with Jax Taylor's antics. They took to their podcast Hold My Crown to spill the tea on Jax's blatant lies, plus a little rewind to a podcast Kristen Doute did with Josh Peck. Weird duo, but I'm here for it. She spills the beans on how she felt manipulated by producers of Vanderpump. And if you didn't know this ice-cold tea from season 2, when Tom spilled the beer on Katie's head, you're going to be so shocked. So sit back, relax, sip on something nice. Welcome to Rehash and Rewind, where we're diving into the latest tea from reality TV stars and YouTube and internet influencers. So let's hash it all out together. I did just break my microphone, so that is so wonderful and cute. I hope this video is still good. So if you wanted to support my channel and help your girl get a new mic, I do have the super thanks, super chat, super something on. So you guys could send me a little thank you. I would appreciate it so much because I am just a broke stay-at-home mom, just being real here. We're all real here. We're all friends here, right? Don't make fun of me in the comments, please. So Nia starts off by saying she's both excited and nervous about season 2. She is really looking forward to hanging out with the girlies, but she is worried because some of the guys haven't been best friends lately. She feels super close to the girls now, which is great, but there is some tension with the guys.
How we're feeling about season 2. I am excited and apprehensive. I know like there's some of the guys you get along with, but then I feel like there's some guys that haven't been as like quality friends for you.
Yeah.
And that makes me apprehensive because I'm like, if we cut back a year and a half ago, great friendships.
Yeah.
And then like now it feels a little bit different on the guy side.
Then Danny jumps in and he said he's actually excited to film again, but is hurt by what Jax is doing. Apparently, Jax is stirring up drama and spreading lies, thinking it's all good for the show, but Danny says friends don't do that. He wants to have a conversation with Jax, hopefully before season 2, because he hates feeling this way and thinks what Jax is doing is not cool, especially when it involves their marriage. Danny says that's not a friend.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, to have, one of who you thought was your closest friend on there.
Yeah.
Try to stir stuff up and insinuate things that aren't true and try to stir the pot, which he thinks is for the show, but is, doing blatant lies. It's hurtful, and friends just don't do that. And we need to have that conversation. I mean, I would like to have that conversation. That may happen on season 2, but I hope it happens before. Because I don't like conflict. I don't like feeling like, this way. And I don't like what he's doing and putting out there right now, because it ain't cool. And not just me, like about our marriage and stuff. It's just like, come on, dude.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
That's
not a friend.
No, absolutely not.
But let's catch up. So if you missed it, Jax was trash talking Danny and Nia's marriage on social media. On May 10th, a fan called Nia and Danny the cutest couple on TV, tagging Jax and saying they love him and Brittany, but they feel like crying when they see Nia and Danny. Jax slid into the comments and threw some low-key shade saying, "We'll see how this ages." Typical Jax, just stirring up all the drama. But that's not all. Jax even went on about how Danny supposedly got a pass during the Valley's first season because he has 3 kids under 2, which Jax claims Danny mentioned 50 million times. Jax also spilled that Danny has been kicked out of the bar a couple times, but didn't give any details. And this is just whack. If I had 3 kids under 2, I would be telling everyone too. Jax has 1 child. And yeah, everything's great when you just have 1 kid. You can cater to that 1 kid. But once you have multiple children, you're stretched so thin. And so Jax, Danny is going to mention that he has 3 kids under 2 because it's a lot of work and it's probably very stressful on him and his wife. But speaking of the Valley stars, let's rewind to Kristen Doute's infamous Miami girl scene that made history. Was Kristen manipulated? Kristen Doute opened up about how she feels manipulated by producers during the Miami Girls storyline on Vanderpump Rules. She spilled all the tea after her Amazon Prime Videos competition show, The GOAT. Are you guys watching that? Let me know. Has it even came out? Who knows? I don't. So Kristen felt way more respect on the GOAT compared to Vanderpump Rules. She said the amount of acknowledgement that I felt from producers and the amount of appreciation I felt on the GOAT was totally different. They weren't manipulating me. They were treating me like a producer, as someone who knew what I was doing. On Vanderpump Rules, though, it was a different story. Kristen explained that producers would tell her, go walk up to Ariana at the bar right now and say this, even though she was thinking those things but wasn't ready for that moment to confront her. It felt super forced and unnatural. Kristen also dished on the famous Miami girl scene. She got fired from SUR for telling her manager to suck a dick, and she was furious because she had a call time to be at SUR for the Miami girl's arrival. Kristen was there as a patron, not on the clock, and everyone in production and Lisa Vanderpump knew Miami Girl was coming to confront Tom Sandoval. But the cast, including Tom and Ariana, had no clue.
I think especially now that once I did this new show, The GOAT, which is just like a competition series, very, very different. The amount of acknowledgement that I felt from the producers and the amount of appreciation that I felt that they weren't manipulating me. They were treating me like a producer. They were treating me as if someone who knew what I was doing. I could not go back to a show that would treat me like a little kid that needed to ask for like a hall pass to go to the bathroom or try to like manipulate my life or manipulate my conversations. Like at this point, I know what I'm doing. It's been over a decade.
What is, when you say manipulate, what does that look like?
So in seasons past, it would be things like you should go up to Ariana and like when Tom and Ariana were just starting to date, like you should walk up to Ariana at the bar right now and say this. And I didn't, like maybe I was thinking and feeling those things, but I wasn't ready in that moment. I wasn't prepared. It wasn't a moment like when we're at work, I would not have normally gone up to her and said something like that. So like as we can see in the season that I got fired from SUR for telling my manager to suck a dick, why I was so angry in that moment was I had a call time to be at SUR for this Miami girl to come in. I was not on the clock. I was there as a patron. I was there as a guest of the restaurant. And I everyone knew, like meaning production and Lisa knew that this girl was coming in to confront Tom Sandoval and it was going to get real messy.
So only Tom didn't know.
Tom and Ariana did not know. Well, like the other cast didn't know either.
Sure.
But like production all knows. They're the ones who set it all up. I didn't give this girl a call time. Like I didn't fly her in, you know? Wow. So, and Lisa knows. And like Natalie and Guillermo, the owners know. And so in that moment, like shit's gonna hit the fan. Now, did I tell my friend and my manager to suck a dick? I did. Did they tell me to say that? No, they didn't. So that's essentially what they say got me fired. But knowing that this was gonna completely blow up in a restaurant that I'm still employed at was what made me so angry. Like, why didn't we go somewhere else?
She got angry because she knew the confrontation was going to blow up in the restaurant where she was still employed. She wondered why they didn't go to another restaurant for the confrontation. Those kind of things were out of her control, and it got really frustrating feeling manipulated into saying and doing things she knew better to do. So was Kristen set up to be fired? Talking about setups, let's rewind. So on a podcast in 2023, Kristen went on and shared that season 2, episode 10, where they all went to Mexico and Tom poured a beer over Katie's head. But was that take 2? Let me show you what Kristen had to say.
So you guys, I have a secret to tell you.
Okay, fill me in.
So the scene with Tom and Katie and the drink throwing really fucking happened, as you can see. However, the exact moment where Schwartz literally dumped the drink, that one quick moment was missed by cameras. And one of our amazing DPs, our director of photography, had set the camera down for like 1 second, or like moved it from their shoulder for like 1 second and just missed that little moment, which was fucking insane, right? And we all obviously felt so bad for the camera person because it's like we love our crew. Like what are the chances, right? Like for 1 second, split second. So the very next day, the very next night, Tom and Katie had to go back to the same club and redo that one tiny part. But everything you see leading up to it, as well as all of us being there and consoling Katie and all of that, that's all real in real time because we did not go with Tom and Katie back to that bar to shoot that scene.
I think they did a good job.
They did amazing. Yeah. So I just feel like it's like one of those things. It was 10 years ago and I just really wanted to say it, but I don't want the fans or like the viewers to think that by any means any of this was fake. It was just that one split second. But it's like, how do you air all of that happened in reality if you don't have the thing that happened? So fucking shout out to Katie Maloney. Hands down, hats off. I bow down to go back sober and say, I will take one for the team because I love my crew and I love my show. And I will now sober let my significant other dump a beer on me.
And I will continue to be pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That part she didn't have to act.
No, I mean, and then had to like go change again and then meet us at the real bar we were at the next night.
Right. So,
I mean, that is called a fucking team play.
So this is wild, but I'm not shocked. I love reality TV, but I understand why they did a retake. But I mean, it did actually happen. So what do you guys all think about this? Was Kristen manipulated? And how about the feud between Jax and Danny? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love you all so much. I see you watching and not subscribed. So please let this girl's dreams come true and hit that subscribe button. I'm working hard on new content, so join my journey. We are at 747 subscribers and I would love to hit 1,000 before I hit the big 3-0 in August. So please hit subscribe so I'm not talking to myself.